Welcome, everybody, to this episode of Runs0b3r podcast. This is episode number 40.
40.
Hey, man, we're climbing here, huh?
40.
That makes me feel special.
We are a local Dallas-Fort Worth production. We do not only discuss running and sobriety, but all walks of life. For every one of us has a unique story. The journey begins and ends with you. Today, I have a super special guest, and it's one of my best friends, man. He was a friend in recovery, friend in triathlons, friend in running. He's been with me for quite some time, ever since I got clean, I've been clean for about 9 years from meth and heroin. So this is it's definitely a journey, and he's been on that journey with me. So his name is Adam Schroeder.
Yeah.
Adam. Yeah. So, and then next to me, Nick Sept.
Hey.
The badass. Super fast guy right there, man. I tried to keep up with him today. It was useless.
Yeah, he was smoking you.
Yeah, he's smoking, man. Yeah. So, and I'm Brandon K. Veltman. So, yeah. So, here we go. Adam, I want to talk to you. Childhood growing up. So I like to touch on your story, basically. So,
Okay.
and I want you to touch on the Marines, man, a little bit, if you could.
Yeah, that's part of my story. For
Yeah,
sure.
that's definitely part of your story. So yeah, whatever you don't want to touch on, you don't have to.
Okay.
If you don't want the audience to ever hear about, but you becoming, the whole sobriety path, maybe, and you getting clean and becoming a nurse, which is fantastic, man. And I remember going to your graduation.
Yeah. It was good to have you there, man.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
So I gave you that gift of a Marine. What was that? Marine?
Dude, you gave me a K-bar.
K-bar, yeah.
I just ordered the sheath for it.
Oh,
so
that's
that came in
awesome.
2 days ago.
Nice.
Because I plan on giving my son my OG K-bar.
Oh, yeah.
That's been with me for a long time.
Oh,
But the
hell
one
yeah.
you gave me I'll keep that one for myself.
Oh, yeah. You're going to start using it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
I don't know.
Y'all don't
Probably
frame y'all frame those things, or how does it work? What is
I've got so much
tell
stuff
the
to-
story
yeah.
about K-bars. When a Marine graduates, that's a graduation gift, or how does that
So,
work?
It may have used to have been a graduation gift.
Uh-huh.
I think it's just a rite of passage to, like, you buy one yourself,
Oh,
or
okay.
somebody gifts it to you.
Okay.
But
Uh-huh.
I think I bought my own. I don't think anybody gifted me one.
Okay, yeah.
Right. But it's kind of one of those things where you don't buy one for yourself unless you are a Marine. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
or
So
you carry one.
let me tell you a little story about me. That was my ex-wife's, which is Sebastian's mom's.
Yeah.
She married a Marine, and
Okay.
and
I like where this is going.
so they were asking. This is when I was on meth too.
Yeah.
So I was on methamphetamines back then, but they were asking me to help clean up that place, right? Because it was a not a real good divorce, and they went separate ways, but their house was right there. So of course, tweakers are like, hell yeah, we'll help.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I wasn't quite giving them all their stuff back. I kept some of the stuff myself.
Put this in my bag.
Yeah. So I think that K-bar found its way into my car or something like that. And not only that, there was other things too, but I don't think he missed it. He was it was a dirty divorce, so I don't think he gave a shit about his stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't. If he would have asked for it back, I probably would have been like, oh yeah, it's right here. I don't know how it got in here.
Well, I appreciate the gift.
Yeah. So
No matter the story behind it.
yeah. So I did come from a real Marine,
I think
I had to take out that Marine and then whoop
Yeah.
his ass and then get
The Kmart. That sounds like a better story. You can stick with that one. But yeah, I think you also gave me David Goggins' book.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Can't hurt me.
Yes.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
Yeah, this is back in 2019. So this is
Okay.
7 years ago.
Right.
But,
So Goggins was everybody's hero at that time.
yeah.
You know.
Especially for us.
Yeah, we didn't know anybody else probably. It was
No.
like just Goggins, yeah.
He was
Stay
just,
hard, motherfuckers, yeah.
he
So it
was
like-
he was as crazy as we were in our addiction and switching it over to like this crazy like endurance athlete.
Yeah.
Like was like,
man.
damn, this guy's he's on something. But
yeah.
yeah. So yeah,
So-
thank you for introducing me.
Oh yeah,
and
for sure, man.
definitely, man, you're a good friend of mine,
Yeah. I appreciate
Definitely
that,
someone that if I had to pick up the phone and call,
yeah.
and meet me out in the woods, you're on the top of the list.
Cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
But, yeah. So my story kind of starts in Wisconsin. It's where I was born.
Yeah.
Spent the first 18 years of my life up there. Kind of a product of a fatherless home.
Okay.
My mother, not good with the choices of men in her life. So we'll fast forward to high school. No father figure in the house. Kind of went down a bad path. Met a whole bunch of guys that weren't also, they were older than me. That they were probably in the same situation.
Right. And so let's get an idea of where were you living in a so was this a I don't want to say a poor community, but didn't you say that you
I grew up in a trailer park.
Trailer park.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't want to say it's a poor community, but it's
I mean, call it as it is.
Yeah.
It wasn't definitely got made fun of it. So we can even backtrack into like middle school. Like that was definitely a small town. So people knew I lived in the trailer park, right? So there wasn't 30 different trailer parks, or people knew where you lived, right? It was a town of like 9,000 people in Southwest Wisconsin. So people knew where I lived and knew that my family didn't have money. So definitely there was a divide of those who did and those who didn't, right? And so that was definitely a topic where I didn't fit in because I wasn't one that had money, right? So I think that started to build this like disconnect with like people early on, like where I didn't fit in with them. So I didn't know how to interact with people, right? Because I was like, you're already judging me before you even know me, right? Yeah. So
so they had different science projects over there in the trailer park, right?
Oh yeah. Oh.
So it wasn't your old typical growing up. You're growing up around some wild people too.
I mean, it's just like anywhere. You're in the south side of Dallas, and these like the inner city places, you're going to find trouble, and poorer communities are a haven for
they
that.
have different toys,
right?
You know what I mean? Than like
people aren't excelling their life. They're not trying to better themselves. They've already succumbed to this lower threshold of life. So, and then you'll have people that are okay with living in a trailer, that are okay with their money and they're doing good, and they're not up to no good, Right. But then you'll have that segment of people that are up to no good, right? Like they're cooking out of the back room.
That's why I was kind of.
So I found those trailers in the park.
Where, of course.
Yeah. So
well, probably because that's it's not that you were looking for the negative or the bad, but that was an interesting. I always thought that shit's interesting, man. People cooking meth and stuff like that. That's not. You're not a brain dead person when you're doing that. That's science, bro. You know what I mean? And the same with growing marijuana or any cultivating anything is it's a science behind it, and it's not definitely the dingbats doing it. You know what I mean? You have to have some kind of intelligence.
There's a chemistry behind it for sure.
You have to have some kind of intelligence. So I always thought that's just interesting. Like I want to go check that out because that's interesting.
Right.
So that was kind of me. But yeah, keep going.
So, growing up in this small trailer park in a small town in Wisconsin with no father figure, and my mother, she was a workhorse. My mother's an amazing woman. Yeah. Just bad luck with men.
Right.
But I asked my mom one time, probably a decade ago or so.
And so hold on 1 second. Living in that trailer park, was it you, your mother, and your sister?
Yes.
Okay, so there's three of y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my twin sister.
Lived there. You have a twin sister.
Okay. And I have an older sister that's 6 years older than me.
Was she there too?
She was already gone.
Okay.
So she was there for a short time, and there's a reason why she left early. My mom's second husband was an abusive guy.
Oh, okay.
Physically, sexually, emotionally, just a bad guy, right? So my sister ended up moving out when she was either a sophomore or junior in high school to go live with my dad and grandparents, probably about 15 miles away. So that was kind of like and I love my sisters, but for me then, that was kind of like, the strong older sibling leaving the two younger ones to fend for themselves, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that bad. My mom was a good woman, no drugs, no alcohol. She would drink on occasion.
She smoked cigarettes, though.
Yeah.
I know your mom.
Yeah.
I'm always like,
But she
liked them cigarettes.
My mom was a workhorse. So,
which is wild because the old school people, they like this. They like that habit, of smoking cigarettes, and like.
It's an escape, It's a reason to like stop thinking about what you're thinking and just focus on this, right? So I guess the more you're chain smoking, the more you can kind of disconnect, or the more dope you're putting in your body, the more you're disconnecting, right? So it's all an addiction. But so while I was in high school, it was just me, my twin sister, and my mom for pretty much the majority of high school. I found myself doing good my first couple years of high school, played sports. I excelled in football. And so I found purpose right away, but it wasn't long until I found my junior year. I started running with the wrong crowd and people that accepted me for who I was, like, right? Misery, I would say misery loves company, right? But I found drugs probably the end of my junior year. Okay. And that's where the path of my addiction started to take over. So the bad addiction. But
when you say you found drugs, are you able to point out certain ones? Okay.
Yeah. I'm an open book. So
Okay.
There's no nothing I'm not willing to really talk about. So I had a friend that lived in the trailer park, and then he moved to Vegas with his mom. But he had family, grandparents that still lived in the area. So in the summertime, he'd come back. So the last semester of my junior year, marijuana, alcohol. Yeah. But the summer when he came back, he had found meth in Las Vegas.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's when my first taste of methamphetamine
So
came
did he bring meth from Vegas to Wisconsin?
He didn't bring it with, but
Did y'all find it in Wisconsin?
He tracked it down in Wisconsin.
Okay, so it was easy to find.
Oh, yeah.
It's easy to find everywhere.
Yeah. Southwest Wisconsin, that tri-state area of Illinois, Iowa, and Wisconsin, pretty prevalent for methamphetamines because the anhydrous pneumonia that's used to fertilize the fields. Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of got down that rabbit hole.
So that's a dirty meth right there, man.
Yeah.
Anhydrous.
Oh yeah. We'll get to more anhydrous later.
You might feel like there's bugs coming out of your skin in that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it wasn't long before. So my mom worked like 80, 90 hours a week. Yeah. So she's never home.
And what did she do, if you don't mind me asking?
So she worked in a hospital. She was scheduled for a surgery center in a big hospital. And then, so that was her Monday through Friday, like 8 to 4 job. And then she'd come home and then she'd sleep for 5 hours and then go to the gas station and work nights from 10 to 7. And she'd do that like four days a week.
Wow.
And then it was intense. And then on Sundays, she'd do Sunday brunch as a waitress at a restaurant.
Always busting her ass. That's fantastic.
Wow.
And that's good.
She's insane. But so going back, I had asked her like a decade ago, I was like, why did you never take welfare? Why did you never? She's like, I don't know. I just got another job. That was my mom.
Right.
She thought
that's for somebody else.
Yeah. She just figured I could work harder. Yeah. These are my responsibilities.
Yeah.
And I've put myself in this position. I'm just going to work harder. But that left the door open for me to go run wild. And I don't blame my mom for that. I don't blame her hard work and trying to provide for me doing what I did. I just happened to find the wrong people, and I went down the wrong hole for a long time. Yeah. But so where I can segue from that is that this got me to going into the military. Okay. So fast forward, this first introduction of methamphetamines wasn't a one-time
Did you
thing.
ever catch a case before the military?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So does that have an effect on going into the military?
It did.
Okay.
So I had 5 misdemeanor charges prior to going in the military. Okay. So I had 1 possession of drug paraphernalia, which is a marijuana pipe, no methamphetamine charges. Okay. But I did have 3 obstructions of justice, a possession of paraphernalia, and I had a criminal destruction of property. So those were the charges I had. I was on probation the last 9 months of my senior year of high school. I had and I also did 2 stints in jail for probation violations while I was in my senior year of high school. So, so not a good last year of high school for me. So just constantly I was going downhill for the end of my school year, and didn't play sports my senior year of high school.
Okay.
Got kicked off the team my last semester of my junior year. So for a calendar year, I had no ability to play sports. So I even told my vice principal when she kicked me off the football, I said, that's the only reason I've got to come to school. Like, you're taking my only reason to better myself. And while I played football, I was good. So by not being able to play, it just snowballed. Yeah. So sports was taken from me. I had no outlet for a healthy lifestyle. So it got bad. It got bad real fast.
Right.
So fast forward to after my senior year of high school, I graduated. It was tough. Yeah. But I got it done. But I watched a friend of mine go to prison. A guy that was a year older than me got caught with about 250 pills of ecstasy.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So he had gotten arrested. And that's when I knew. I said, that's me. Yeah. That is me if I stay in this area.
Right.
So I went to the recruiting office. The Marine was the first place I went to.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the Army. No, not bashing other branches of the service, but without a father figure in my life, I was like, I need someone to kick my fucking ass. And it was the best thing It was the best thing I'd ever done. Like, nice. I look back, it was the smartest thing I'd ever done because I didn't have any vision or path or discipline in my life. So unbeknownst to my mom, I went into the recruiting office. I even went to MEPS in Des Moines, Iowa. Without her knowing, but at the time I was 18, so I could do whatever I wanted to.
So what is that actually?
So when you go into when you go see a recruiter, you start the process.
Okay,
and then you got to take the ASVAB. So you test to see where you can be placed.
Yeah. That kind of places a job for you, right? In the military. Okay.
It gives you. It opens the door for certain jobs.
Okay.
The higher you score, the more jobs are available. Yeah. Like if you score real low, you're most likely grunt infantry.
You're grunt forever.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with being infantry. Those are some badass motherfuckers. But it's not. I knew my senior year of high school was in 2001. So that was 9/11. Yeah. So my September of my senior year is when 9/11 happened.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So, damn. So me going into the military in 2002, I knew that, yes, I need an ass whooping. Yeah. But I know that this is going to be more so than just going in the military.
Right.
There's the potential for going over and seas is pretty prevalent.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to somebody last night, just to pause you for a second. And that was the only time that our country was like all together, you know? Yeah. Your neighbor was your friend, you know what I mean? And it's sad that's what it takes. Yeah. For the United States to now it's fucking falling apart so fast, rapidly.
Yeah, the country was very patriotic.
Yeah,
it was extremely.
And it didn't matter, who you were, and you could have hated your neighbor before that day, but that day, boy.
Yeah, we were all.
And
united.
after that, everybody was fucking a patriot, and we were all fucking ready to go, you know. And
everybody's flying the American flag. It's not not a sign of what party you're with. Everybody was patriotic. Everybody stood together. Yeah, it was a beautiful time.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah, 9/11 obviously not, but the way that the country unified. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So September, I dipped into September 2002 after high school. I dipped into the Marine Corps. Okay. This is where things get pretty rough. Yeah. I almost didn't get into the military. Okay. So October of 2002, I was still up to no good. Like I knew there was a spark in me with my buddy going to prison that I knew that I needed to do something different, but I didn't have the ability to stop doing the shit I was doing.
So you needed the Marines to hurry up and get
I needed it to be as fast as possible. And so in October of 2002, I am in the front seat of a 2000 or I don't even know what year this vehicle was, Chevy Cavalier, and we're in the country of Southwest Wisconsin, and we're at a anhydrous tank farm. Oh, and we are loading up coolers with anhydrous pneumonia.
Oh man, yeah.
So, so a month after I dip into the Marine Corps, I'm helping a cook get anhydrous pneumonia, and I'm getting paid to do this. So, we get the anhydrous pneumonia.
And this is theft. Y'all are stealing it from somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
This is highly illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm past the statute of limitations on this
Oh,
one.
yeah.
But
I'm sure you're fine.
and I'm young and stupid, right?
They won't even know. Yeah.
No. But this is the kind of shit I'm up to, right? My buddy just went to prison for having ecstasy on him.
Yeah.
Now this is the only time I've ever done this. But so it's cold. It's Wisconsin. It's nighttime.
Yeah.
We load up 2 like igloo coolers with anhydrous pneumonia from a tank.
Right.
And we put it in the back seat of or the trunk of this Cavalier.
And so also, is this flammable or could it explode?
Oh,
anhydrous,
absolutely.
right? Yeah.
It's super toxic to breathe in.
Yeah. Okay.
So we have all the windows down in this vehicle.
Yeah.
And we're driving to my friend's cousin's house where he's the one that's cooking, right? So we drive it there. We get it there. No issues. I mean, all bad things could have happened on the way there. So happened it didn't. So we're sitting there. My buddy and his cousin leave this apartment and they go somewhere. They're gone for like 5-6 hours, and they come back, and they go into his bedroom. They come out of his bedroom. Well, the cousin does, and he goes over to the stove. And this is kind of like an open apartment where my back is to him. I'm sitting on a couch, and I look back to see what he's doing. Well, he's putting a pot of water on the stove, and then he goes back in the room, and like 5-10 minutes later, he comes out with a mason jar.
Okay.
And then I have no idea what he's doing.
Okay.
I do not know the process.
And this is part of the process of cooking the
Yes.
methamphetamines. Okay.
Yeah. So I know what he's doing. I know that he's in the process of cooking. I don't know the steps he's taking, but
Right.
I'm just watching. And he puts this mason jar in the pot of water he has on the stove. And me and my friend's brother are sitting on the couch watching TV. And then, so my back is to the kitchen. And I just hear him say, fuck. And then I turn around and I'm looking at the jar that's sitting in the water, and I see it disappear. It just drops. So it's big enough jar that it's sticking out, the top of it's sticking out of this pot. But I see it disappear in, and then I see water start to overflow the pot.
Oh no.
And so from what I know now,
Yeah.
he's boiling off the ether that's in this jar.
Okay. That's what you're
And
thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, and it hits, and I see a fireball engulf this guy. So he is surrounded by a fireball, and I'm like, what
Holy
the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And my friend, I'm not going to name names,
Just
but
burned
he
his
comes
face off,
comes
or
out
what?
and he says, we got to go.
Yeah.
So the fireball's over. We see him. He's okay. He's like, the fireball's gone. Like, it was there as fast as it left. And so this is my life at 18 years old. Is I'm in a house where there's a meth fire. Like, it's not going well for me.
Right. Yeah.
So, and besides just getting anhydrous pneumonia, we're also getting other precursors to manufacture methamphetamines.
Yeah.
So me and my friend are also going to the local Walmart and buying starter fluid and pseudoephedrine.
Yes. Yeah.
So when this...
And at that time, could you buy as much pseudoephedrine as you wanted, or they limited the amount?
You could not... It was not behind...
Okay.
Like in the pharmacy now, you have to actually ask the
you
pharmacist.
You only can have like one box.
Right. And you got to show
a
ID.
month or something. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So at this time, you can just pluck it off the shelf and go buy it.
Yeah. Collect as much as you want. Yeah.
My friend knows that they monitor this. I have no idea that they monitor this at the local Walmarts, right? So they know that people that are buying it in bulk are buying it for ill intention, right?
Right.
To manufacture
and
methamphetamine.
And the pseudoephedrine dope was definitely way better than the anhydrous dope, I thought.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
So
being an ex-meth head.
Yeah. I wouldn't know the difference. I would, but so the day before we got the anhydrous, we had went and got pseudoephedrine. I bought the pseudoephedrine. My friend bought the starter fluid, which contains ether. And so we already dropped that off. Now we're going to get the anhydrous that night. So then this is all pre-fire, right?
Yeah.
So the fire happens. My buddy's like, the next day he's like, hey, we need to go get more pseudoephedrine and more ether.
Yeah.
So we go back to the same Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
So at this time, I'm ignorant as can be. I have no idea that what we're doing is being watched or flagged.
Yeah.
So we go into the same Walmart. This is in Dubuque, Iowa. This is across the border.
Okay.
Probably about 25, 30 minutes from my hometown where I live, about 15 minutes away from where this fire happened. So the fire happened about in between where I live and Dubuque, Iowa. And Dubuque, Iowa is like an old river city. That's a pretty big city, about 100,000 people. And we go into the same Walmart. I buy the same 2 boxes of pseudoephedrine. We go in at separate times into this Walmart. We're not walking in together. So my buddy knows that we may be monitored or flagged for what we're buying. And we come out of the store, no problems. We get about 5 miles down the road, and there's lights and sirens behind us. We're getting pulled over, come to find out, by 8 Grant County, Iowa County task force members for buying what we just purchased out of the store. They take us into the store. We all get arrested, all into 3 separate cop cars, back to the police station.
Yeah. Seeing if your stories match up.
Yes. So my
my
friend tells me right away, he said, hey, you bought that for my mother.
Oh, yeah.
He said, that's your story.
Okay.
I said, okay. So I stuck to my story, and it didn't take long for them to come out and say, we know about the fire that happened.
Oh, my God.
Last
So
night.
they could have been monitoring already.
So I don't know what happened. And so I'm depping into the military. I tell them this. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. My buddy just told me to buy this for his mother that's sick.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. I stuck to the story. They're like, we know about the fire. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. So this is where I don't know what I'm facing, these charges. And I'm like, so at the time I'm like, well, they already know about the fire. I'm like, how would they know about this fire? Right? How would you know?
Unless they're monitoring your house.
Yeah. They were monitoring that house. Yeah.
So was this a trailer?
It was so I'll kind of paint the picture of this place. It's in a small town, maybe 1,000 people. And it's about 10 minutes from the Iowa-Wisconsin border. Okay. And this is above like one of those outside wooden ladders that goes upstairs to an apartment building. So that's kind of this little building we're in. Okay. And so at the time, I don't know any better. I'm like, yeah, I was at a house last night. I don't know if there was a fire, but I was at a house. And they're like, were you at this house? I was like, yes, I was at that house, but I didn't see any fire. Right. So that's where it kind of ends with me. Okay. It's not my vehicle. I'm not in possession of this. Yeah. So I don't know what happens to my buddy. I don't know if he's the one that told the cops what was going on to save his own skin. I'm not sure. But they didn't know nothing about the anhydrous pneumonia. But why I say this story is this is where my life is at 18 years old. Yeah. After high school, shortly after high school.
Yeah, you're creating a picture for us. We see.
Yeah. Yep. I am not going. I'm following my friend Gregorio that went to prison. And he wouldn't mind if he's doing good. His life is good now. Yeah, he spent 8 years in Green Bay correctional facility. Nice. But he's doing good. He's got a family. Life's good for him. But I'm following down his path. He was a year older than me. And if I keep down this road, prison is the next step, if not the Marine Corps. But this almost derailed me from going to the Marine Corps. But I think they took pity on me. They knew I was depped into the Marine Corps. They knew that I had a plan. Yeah. I'm like, I need to get out of this town. I need to leave. I know that in the back, like there's that, your conscience, the good side's like, you can get out of this. We can get you out of here. And it's loud enough for me to know that, hey, needs to happen, and it needs to happen pretty fast. Right. Yeah. But so fast forward, nothing happens with this situation. I don't get charged with anything. I'm off probation. November 17th is my date to go in the military. So I make it to that date. Okay. And I fly out to Southern California and go to boot camp in the United States Marine Corps. Okay. And absolute fucking shock. Like, like
Change your life.
I never had a male figure in my life, except for a coach in high school football, like try to set me straight.
Right.
Which that didn't work.
Yeah.
But so going into the Marine Corps boot camp was absolutely something I've never like experienced, like dominant male figures that were just intense, strong, like just amazing. To me, looking back, this is what I needed. I needed this.
So did you have any fear when you were there?
Oh, absolutely.
So they scared the shit out of you.
Scared the shit. The first day I got there, it was
That's
intense.
their job. So.
They're there to break you down to build you back up.
That's what I hear.
In the Marine Corps' vision, right? Like, so they're there to make warriors, right? So I got there. I was not in shape. I was overweight. I was able to do pull-ups. I was able to at least meet their initial standards. But I get to boot camp. They get you on a bus. From the get-go. I'm in San Diego, California. So I've never been out of the state. I've been the connecting states. I went down to Florida one time for a robotics competition my sophomore year of high school when I was actually kind of doing good in school.
Right.
But that was a one-time thing. Never traveled with my family out of like far more than 100 miles, right? So never got too far away. Never seen the ocean. So I get to sunny Southern California and I'm like, wow, this is nice. It's November. Yeah. So it's freezing cold in Wisconsin. I get off the plane in Southern California and I'm like, this is nice. So when we get to boot camp, we get to MCRD San Diego where the boot camp for West Coast Marines is, and it's like I'm in paradise, but I'm also at hell. I'm in hell at the same time. Yeah. So, so I make it through boot camp, and it's probably the toughest thing to this day that I've ever done. Like the mental, the physical. Is
that called Hell Week? Is that what it is, or is that the end of boot camp, or what is that actually?
So, like Hell Week is in the Navy SEALs, right? That's Hell Week. Okay. But there's like Black Friday. Oh, so you get there on a Monday or Tuesday, and then you kind of reset for the first 3 days, and then you pick up with your platoon on Friday, and that's when shit gets real. That's when like they come out, you go into your barracks, they come out, and they establish who the fuck they are right off the bat. They're like, there's no nonsense. It was kind of I was like, the first 3 days, I was like, this isn't too bad. Well, Friday was bad. Friday was like, this isn't a joke. This is like, I'm nobody right now. I am going to have to eat, sleep, and breathe this shit for the next 3 months. Like whatever they tell me to do, like when they tell me to do it, how they tell me to do it, everything is structured, and it is like you feel like you're a piece of shit nobody. Right. Like that's them breaking you down, right? Like you're told when to shit, when to piss, when to eat, when to wake up, when to go to sleep. So everything is set the way it's supposed to be. So boot camp was tough. Yeah. But they labeled me as a diet recruit. So I had to put this little tag on my shoulder that said I was a diet recruit, so I can only eat certain food.
Oh, were you fat?
I was overweight. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was that. So when they did the initial walkthrough, I didn't get labeled as a diet recruit, but we got to the chow hall the first day with our platoon, and our senior drill instructor walked the line again, and he pointed me out. He said, I want him on a diet. Okay. So I was a big guy, but not fat per se, but definitely not in good shape. So let's see. So boot camp is 3 months long. I wasn't a PT failure, but I struggled. Like the first initial strength test was a 1.5 mile run, and I had to walk part of it. So you had 12.5 minutes to finish it, or 13.5 minutes to finish a 1.5 miles. I took every second of 13.5 minutes to finish it. I was able to do like 5 pull-ups, which is I think 3 is the minimum, and then you have to do like 50 sit-ups in like 2 minutes. Yeah. So to put it in perspective, the Marine Corps' perfect score on a physical fitness test is a 3-mile run at 16 minutes, or 18 minutes, sorry. 18 minutes is a perfect 3-mile run. 20 pull-ups is a perfect score for the pull-ups, and 100 sit-ups in 2 minutes is a perfect score.
So that's 6-minute miles.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so to get a perfect score in the Marine Corps for a 3-mile run is 6-minute miles for 3
God,
miles.
dog, man.
Yeah, so my
No wonder they don't allow elderlies like me in there.
yeah.
There's an age limit.
I mean, there's a lot of like 18-year-old kids that could do that though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
I saw
when I was young,
guys rip it
I
off.
could- I
14.
mean, I wasn't super
I mean,
fast,
they
but-
probably weigh 120 pounds,
Yeah.
fast track athlete type thing, you know?
So a lot of people, when I got to boot camp, a lot of people I was with in my platoon, like they did their research, right? They knew what was coming. They kind of knew the breakdown of boot camp. They had watched Marine Corps movies, you know, they'd watched the Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
They're like, you never saw Full Metal Jacket? I was like, no, I've never seen Full Metal. They're like, what? You came to boot camp, didn't watch Full Metal Jacket? I was like, no. So, but they kind of knew like what the progression of boot camp was. Like they knew that we had to pick up with our platoon on Friday. They knew that we had swim. They knew we had rifle range. Like I had no idea what the fuck I was getting myself into. Like, so it was shock and awe every day was something different. I'm like, fuck. But I remember to myself, I was like, the year prior, I had saw one of the kids in my high school come back and was like there during like lunchtime with the recruiter. And I was like, I remember that guy. I was like, fuck, if he made it through boot camp, I can make it through boot camp.
Yeah.
So I always had that in the back of my mind. I was
Yeah.
he made it. There's no, I ain't dropping the fuck out.
Right.
But I watch people drop out. I watch people get beat up, watch them go to sick hall, got injured. So for like the last month and a half of boot camp, I had real bad knees. My knees were so sore I couldn't bend them. So I had like severe tendonitis in my knees. But my birthday was February 18th. My graduation date was February 14th. I was like, there's no way I'm dropping back and fucking being here on my birthday. So I sucked it up through a lot of pain and got through. So when February 14th came around, I was there. I graduated. Probably the biggest accomplishment. Well, definitely the biggest accomplishment to date at that time for me, for sure.
Right.
But it did what I hoped it would do. Like it changed me completely. Like I saw what strong, driven men look like. Something I had never seen before. So it set a foundation that I live by today. That, and then we'll talk later about kind of my road after the Marine Corps. But
let's talk a little bit about why you're in the Marines. Where did you get deployed? And and I just want to know where. I'm not saying you're a mentally ill person, but where PTSD and
it's okay. I can tell you I
issues and some light mental illness maybe came into play.
Sure.
Where did you get deployed? And because being put in a position like that, I can see that it would fuck up anybody.
Yeah.
You know?
So when I was in boot camp, we knew that war was kind of starting to pop off. So boot camp wasn't easy for me because we knew we were going to war. War was imminent. So you're at a heightened state already. So your drill instructors are already pumping up for you're going to war. So it's a little more intense. So
there's a lot of fear.
Yeah.
With everybody. Yeah. Not just you, but everybody around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of got fortunate when I graduated boot camp. I went to combat training, finished that in March of 2003, went to my school in Aberdeen, Maryland. I went to school. I was a basic metal worker, so welder, fabricator for the military. I finished that in July of 2003, went to Camp Pendleton, California, was my primary duty station in the Fleet Marine Corps. My buddy Wilmer, that I graduated from my MOS as my job, he went to Fallujah, Iraq, almost immediately after getting to California.
Okay.
So they broke up the company in half, and he went first 6 months later. So February of 2004, I deployed to Fallujah, Iraq.
Okay. And when you're deployed, do you have the same job as you did in the States before, or like are you still a machine mechanic or what you were saying?
Yeah. So
okay. So
so my
whenever
job,
you go overseas, you're still okay.
Yes. So my job translated overseas.
Okay.
But let me correct that date. I didn't deploy until September of 2004. That's when I went to Fallujah, Iraq.
Okay.
I was attached to a recovery platoon, so we had a M88 tank wrecker, the R7 Amtrak wrecker, and an LAV wrecker. So I was with the recovery platoon, so we had wreckers. So we would go pick up blown up vehicles.
Oh, wow.
So when I first got to Fallujah, so this is kind of setting the tone for going into a combat environment. We convoyed from an joint Army Air Force base in Al Taqaddum, Iraq, and took a 5-hour convoy to Camp Fallujah. As soon as we get to Camp Fallujah, we're unloading our sea bags, and we get them all staged, and we're kind of just sitting waiting for the next thing to happen. And it's kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of just relaxing, and you hear this boom, boom, boom. And you're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you hear
Explosions.
boom. Yeah. So 3 mortars hit our camp.
Oh,
so they knew. So the insurgents out in the city just saw this huge convoy roll onto base. So they're like, let's go ahead and fire off some mortar shells at them.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was my first introduction to Fallujah, Iraq. And Camp Fallujah is not a big base. So it was the Hussein and Uday was Saddam Hussein's sons.
Right. Yeah.
They kind of controlled that base there, and it was like kind of a joint Iranian-Iraq kind of training compound.
Okay.
So that was...
Is this after Saddam Hussein has been taken out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would have been 2003 when he was taken out of power. I'm there in 2004.
Okay.
So Fallujah had become a city of... So we had kind of dismantled their whole military force, but now you have the presence of coalition forces in Iraq. So you're getting all these people coming in from other countries knowing that there is American soldiers there, and they're just wanting to shoot us. They're wanting to kill us, right? So they're driving around the outskirts of the base in the back of trucks, just shooting off mortars into our camp on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So
Holy shit.
the first week I'm there, I'm sitting in a chow hall with a friend of mine, and we're sitting there, and like our drinks are there on the table, and they got these little like decorative flower pots, and they all just fall over, and this huge explosion happens, and it feels like it's right on top of us, but it's the building next to us.
Oh, wow.
And it's the company headquarters for one of the battalions, and there's a lieutenant colonel and a major in this building, and it kills the lieutenant colonel.
Oh, wow.
So this is an 06 officer, high up, lieutenant colonel. Like, I'm a E3 lance corporal. I'm bottom of the food chain.
Right.
This guy's got, he's probably close to retirement. He's 06.
Yeah.
And he's dies. The first week I'm in Iraq, so I'm like, that's not supposed to happen.
Right. Was that building targeted or no? Or
I don't know.
No, they're just shooting random.
Random.
That was,
Most all of it was random. So I get there mid-September. We don't push into Fallujah. So there's a huge joint operation that is stirring to go into Fallujah to clear out the city of all of these insurgents that are there. So we, our infantry battalions are going through the cities with loudspeakers months up to November, saying the city needs to be cleared out by this date. If you are still in the city, you are considered an insurgent. And our rules of engagement had changed that since we gave warning to the city, we didn't have to be shot upon first to return to shoot. So anybody that wasn't coalition force was considered an insurgent. We could shoot without being shot at. This was the terms that we had set before going in sometime mid-November into Fallujah. So from September to November, we're taking mortar fire into our camp on a day to by day. It was just happening. So mortar shots are landing in our camp.
Yeah.
And they're hitting our bladder farms, like our diesel bladder farms. I remember probably a month after I got there, a mortar hit our diesel bladder farms. And these are like tens of thousands of gallons of diesel that sit in these big black bladders. And it hits it. And this black smoke went up for probably a week.
Oh,
They just had to let the diesel burn off.
Yeah.
So for the first 2.5 months I'm there, it's just constant mortar fire into our camp.
Yeah.
So fast forward to November, Now we go into the city of Fallujah. So as a recovery platoon, we follow behind the infantry battalions. They're light armored vehicles, they're Abrams tanks, and they're Amtrak tanks, and we're following behind and setting up kind of maintenance details behind them. So the only good thing about us going into the city in November was that we weren't taking mortar fire on a regular basis into the camp anymore, because we're basically pressing them out of the city. But that's when things kind of got a little more interesting. As far as at the time, I had sat in the camp the whole time. I'm not infantry, so I'm not doing anything to where I'm really in harm's way except for indirect fire. Uh-huh. So I can say this: my 2 tours in Iraq, I never shot my weapon once. So I never engaged in direct combat. Mm-hmm. But I did take enough indirect fire to where I sat puckered up like on just a heightened state of awareness at all times, right? Yeah. So, but now we're pushing in with the infantry and these tanks and just the carnage you see. So the carnage of war was really in November, December of 2004, where we're driving through and you just can't help but see bodies littered on the ground. And that's where something I wish I never volunteered to do was to help clean up the carnage that was behind. Right. Like actually having to.
So you had to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man. So when you do that, are you pulling dog tags? Is that how this works or no?
This isn't our people.
Oh, okay. So you're just cleaning up. It could be just citizens of that area, huh?
Citizens and
military, opposing
more
military.
So military, like ununiformed insurgent forces. Okay. Yeah, that are shooting at us, that are attacking us. They stayed there. I would say that for the most part, I couldn't give you a percentage, but I would say at least 90+% of the people evacuated the city that weren't insurgent forces.
Right.
But so that was my first view of actual warfare and like the carnage, and the city just looked, it almost looked inhabitable after we went through it. So, yeah.
So let's push a little further into when you're done with the military, you're coming back. Where did you start getting back into substance abuse?
So I got out of the military in November of 2006 with every good intention of trying to hit the ground running. I moved to Orlando, Florida. Okay. I went to school.
Yeah. You were a mechanic, right? For Harley Davidson?
Yeah.
For a while. Okay. Yeah.
So while in school, I'm in Orlando, Florida, but now I don't have the structure of the military behind me. Yeah. And I have to deal with all the stuff I've just gone through in the last 4 years and kind of really no outlet. I had no real outlet except for go to school, work. That was kind of my outlet, but no real no resource to like kind of bounce off the weight of this stuff that's on top of my shoulders, right? Yeah. So it didn't take long. So while I'm in Orlando, Florida, I'm already drinking, drugs, cocaine, a lot of cocaine in Orlando, Florida, smoking weed every day. But I get through my school, I graduate. So I stayed kind of functional. I didn't get too wild.
Who was it? Was there anybody there for you? Like your mother lived there, no family at all? Okay. No, this was just you.
I moved there with a buddy I was in Iraq with.
Oh, okay.
So it was me and another Marine that lived out there. But yeah, I found myself in a pretty bad place already. But then I graduated and moved to Texas where my family was. So I moved out to Texas in 2008, July of 2008. And I did pretty good for a while. I got a job with Harley Davidson. I worked, but then I got fired. I just wasn't a good mechanic. It just wasn't a passion of mine. And it did not work out well for me.
I hear you.
Yeah. So, and then I had met a woman that was kind of heavy into partying.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then that's when meth kind of came back around.
And this is in Orlando?
Nope, this is in Texas.
Oh, okay. So you moved to Texas.
I moved to Texas in July of 2008.
Okay. All right.
So in 2009, I had met my son, his mother.
Yeah, okay.
and she was kind of a weekend warrior. She did cocaine like every weekend, and then I remember one weekend we couldn't find it, so
Meth became the answer.
We found meth. Yes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I remember this. I remember
that was my path too. When I got turned on to meth was because I couldn't find cocaine. So, very similar.
Yeah. And then meth is it's a whole different drug.
Yeah.
Because it lasts longer. You can't shut it down right away. So
exactly.
The cycle it doesn't shut off.
Right.
So that started, I would say, about a 3-year journey of hardcore progressive meth use.
Right. Yeah.
And I've almost lost everything. Like I remember looking at her one night and I said, I'll do this drug till the day I die.
Yeah.
That's how much I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved meth. I loved how it kept me awake. It kept me focused.
Yeah.
The only thing is I couldn't shut it off. So I couldn't be functional on it. Like I couldn't, like in the beginning it was great. Like I could get shit done. Like my ADD brain is all over the place, right? With meth, I'm like super focused. I'm doing shit, getting shit done. But the problem is I didn't know how to stop using it, right? And obviously it's not good for you, period anyways. But
it's horrible for you.
Yeah.
But
so
I was the same way, man. I was like, I thought that was the ultimate drug. Like, this is what I've been looking for my whole life, like kind of deal.
Yeah. So this is 3 years after the Marine Corps. I'm spiraling down just like I was in high school, right? Like I'm back on the only saving grace is that I have prior military. I've got military plates on my vehicle. I'm a little lower profile, a little smarter, so I'm not getting in trouble. But I was at a bar one night, and I had broken up with my girlfriend, my son's mother at the time, and she was bartending. And I was at a bar, not one she bartended at, but it was the bartender there, and they were friends. And this girl looked at me, and she's like, "You got a problem." I said, "What kind of problem?" She's like, "You got a meth problem." And I was like, "Fuck you, bitch." And she grabbed a drink and threw it in my. I was like, "Are you some kind of fucking narc?" And she threw the drink in my face, and then I just walked away. I walked away, and she grabbed my shirt and ripped it.
Oh wow!
Ripped it off of me while I'm walking out of the bar.
Yeah. And
there was a friend of mine at the time, an associate, that was in the meth game. And at this time I was on my motorcycle. Okay. So I get on my motorcycle. He gives me his shirt off of his back.
Oh wow!
And I put his shirt on, and I'm so pissed at the time. But I walked away from the situation. I didn't let it escalate in the bar. Yeah, I was like, I'm just getting the fuck out of here, right? So I'm in South Louisville, and I'm leaving this bar on my motorcycle, and I pop a wheelie.
Oh yeah.
In the parking lot, by this Albertsons, as I'm coming around. It's like a bar in a shopping complex with an Albertsons. And as I turn the corner, I pop a wheelie, and there's 2 squad cars at like 1 o'clock in the morning sitting in this Albertsons parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Immediately, their lights click on like that, just done. And I'm like, oh, shit, I've got enough stuff in my pockets to probably go to prison.
Yeah.
Right? And luckily, I'm able to talk my way out of it.
Yeah.
But this is just because I'm military. Like, so I had like almost like a kind of escape, a get out of jail free card kind of thing. Because I handed the police officer my driver's license and my VA card. Yeah. And the one came back to me after he went back to the squad car and talked to his buddy. He's like, my partner is like, how dare you fucking acting a fool and then pulling your military card. Like, so, but I kind of got fortunate that I was able to kind of go unscathed a little bit without getting criminal charges. I did get some small charges like speeding tickets and stuff like that, but nothing like I did in high school, right?
Right.
So let's fast forward here. I'm kind of in rock bottom. Okay. This is like November of 2010.
Okay.
And I walk in. At the time, I'm working for my parents. They're running a cable repossession company, picking up disabled cable equipment throughout the Dallas Metroplex. And I'm helping check in their contractors, but I'm also going out and repoing cable boxes. Yeah. So this is a morning that I'm coming over to help check in all the equipment that's coming in for the day, and they're working out of their house. And I freeze as I walk into the garage, and I just couldn't move. And at the time, my mom walks out. She's like, "What's wrong?" She's like, and I said to her, "I'm not in control of my life."
Oh yeah.
Like I came to this, like I'm spiraling so far out of control that I can't even function. I can't even I can't even smoke enough to stay awake. Like I think like, so basically you get to that point on meth where there's nothing, doesn't matter how much you use.
Yep.
You're fighting an uphill battle. You can smoke all day long and there's nothing that you can do. Right. So
it's no longer fun.
So she drives, she drives me down to the VA hospital. I check in. This is November of 2010. I check in. They keep me there for about 6 hours and give me some IV fluids, check my blood work, and basically they discharge me. And at this time, I'm like, okay, I got to stop.
Yeah.
I go back to my girlfriend's house, and she's not there. She's over at the dope house. And she knows that I just checked in, but she's not willing to stop, right? She's too deep in her own addiction. So it doesn't take me long I'm right back on the dope, doing it again. So I don't know where I want to segue from this, but I can get to the point to where what really stopped it.
Yeah.
So
that's perfect.
Okay, so in March of 2000, so wait a minute, my timeline's a little off, but so about 3-4 months later, I broke up with her. Yeah. But I'm back at my mom's house checking in her contractors. This car comes squealing in the so this, I'll set the stage here. My mom lived in a house in Louisville where it had the alleyway to the garage, right? So this car comes flying in, stops in the middle of the alleyway, and I could tell it's her car. She comes up and drops off this box. Yeah. With like these packing peanuts in it. It's like old jewelry, like a jewelry box. Right. And then she hands it to me, gets back in her car, and squeals out. So I open up this box. Well, it's a pregnancy test in there. Oh. So she drops that bomb on me. Yeah. And this time I'm still using. I'm a daily user, right? I'm semi-functional, but not really, right? So.
And this is Ace.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is Ace. Oh. Yeah. So
you got a beauty out of it though. He's a wonderful kid, man.
He's a great kid. Yeah. So he's 14 now. So this is
smart,
back in
smart kid too.
Yeah. This is back in like 2000. He was born in 2011. So this is roughly March 2010. And so when he's born in 2000, or this is 2011, right? So 2010, I checked myself into the VA. I know there's something wrong. I know I'm not in control of my life. I know the drugs are in control, right? So I'm trying to fight the good fight, but I'm fighting an uphill battle, right? Yeah. So like we had this podcast earlier, Karen said that, God was looking out for me. He knew I couldn't do for myself. So he gave me something worth living for, right? He gave me a son. Yeah. So the strength of addiction is that I find out she's pregnant and I still can't stop using. Yeah. Right. So he's born in November 2011. I stopped for a short time, and we get in an argument, me and his mother, and she leaves. And I know that she's not going to a good place. So I call CPS. I said, my son's in danger. He's an infant. Like, I know where he's at right now, and I know they use drugs there. Yeah. So this starts this whole CPS case that I'm involved with for the next year. And this is where my story gets very emotional for me because I have to go through CPS. They take him away from me. They take him away from her. Yeah. And I spend the next 10 months fighting to get my son back. Yeah. And I'll be pretty open with you. So I have to go once a week. I get to go see him at a CPS office where they monitor me with a 2-way glass. Oh, yeah. For an hour. I get to go see him.
Now, how old is he at this time?
At this time, he's about 3 months old.
Okay.
So at first they place him with my mother. At first they place him with my mother, but we were sneaking over to go see him. So me and his mother are trying to work things out. We're trying to get back together. There's too much bad blood. Yeah. So it was inevitable that we weren't going to be able to figure it out, right? So about 3 months into the CPS case, they take my son from my mother because we're sneaking over there and they find out, right? So then he gets put with an adopted family. And this time we're we're kind of together, me and his mother, but we're still using. We can't stop using.
Yeah.
So I break up with her, and then I asked for a paternity test from the courts. And we'll fast forward to July of 2012. The paternity test comes back. I get a phone call from the CPS caseworker, and she's like, Mr. Schroeder, your paternity test results are back. You are the father of Asen.
Yeah, yeah.
And man, it fucking hit me. Like at the time, so I'll kind of preface that. Like somewhere about March of 2012, she told me, who's to say you're even the fucking father?
Oh,
So she planted a seed in me, and it made me,
might not be the
yeah.
father.
So
Okay.
this whole time, while I'm waiting for this paternity test to come back,
Yeah.
like I'm questioning if he's even my son. And I'm going down a dark path.
Yeah.
Like I'm using every day. Like I'm going to the visits, and I'm using on the way to the visits. Like I don't know how. Like I got very fortunate that I made it through there without getting positive tests. But so July of 2012, I get the call that he's my son. The paternity test came back, said he's my son. And at the time, I've got a pipe and a bag in my hand.
Oh man.
And I'm like I'm either ready to put a bullet in my head or fucking bend the knee. And I hit the ground and I just prayed. I said, God, I need help.
Yeah.
Like I need help. I can't do this on my own.
Right, right.
And yeah, it's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah.
So
so when did you go to a rehabilitation center, or did you just go to meetings, or what was your plan?
So at this time, I started my Narcotics Anonymous journey in December, the month after my son was born. And me and his mom went together.
But y'all are still struggling.
And we're struggling, yeah.
Okay.
So when I hit the ground and I prayed on July 12th of 2012, I said, God, just give me the strength. Just help me have the strength to do what I need to do to get my son. So I went and flushed. I broke the pipe, threw it away, flushed the dope, didn't use meth again. So I relapsed a couple times on meth since then. Very short, very and I'll get to that later. But I went for 6 years without using at that point, right?
Yeah. So was Scott your sponsor at the time, or no?
Not at the time. I didn't have a sponsor at the time.
You didn't meet him till later. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I had a sponsor at that time. If I did, I'd fired a couple, and I wasn't real serious about it. I wasn't doing the stuff I needed to do. But the day after I got those results, I had a court date. So July 13th, I had a court date. And so I had to go to court for the CPS case. And I'm nodding off in the courtroom.
Oh, man.
Like I had stopped using the dope, but I had been on such a bender that early morning court date,
You're falling out.
I'm falling out. Like I'm been up all night. I can't stay awake, and I'm not going to use dope, right? I'm just trying to wing it at this point.
Yeah.
So I get to court, and the judge says this: we are pushing for termination of rights. You are not fulfilling the court-ordered agreement of the stuff you need to do for reunification with your child. They said, you're not going to your IOP classes. You're not going to your behavioral classes. You're not going to your parenting classes. You're not doing anything that the court has ordered you to do. So we are now pushing for termination of your rights. So but I still have a chance, right? Like I have to, so going out of that court date, they set up new IOP classes. They set up new behavioral health classes, new parenting classes. So, and they're fucking with me now. They're like, all my stuff was local in the beginning. Now they're taking me to North Dallas for my psychiatric appointments. They're sending me to Oak Cliff for my IOP classes. And they're sending me to North Denton for my father's parenting classes. So they're like, if you want this, we're not going to make it easy on you now. So, but I believe with all of my heart that God gave me the strength. And I prayed that day and I did it. I hit the ground running. Like I put the dope down and I did everything I needed to do. And then fast forward to November, my son's now almost a year old. So I go to the court date. I've finished everything from July to November. I did all my IOP classes. I did all the father's parenting classes. I did the behavioral health appointments. These are like 1 to 2 appointments every week I got to go to. So fast forward November 17th-ish, I go to court for the last time, and his mother doesn't show up.
Okay.
So she's not fulfilling her stuff. And I recall it. There was a date in late July where I called her and I said, meet me at Narcotics Anonymous.
Yeah.
And she met me there. And I said, come in with me. She's like, I can't.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I can't do it.
And is this the location where we all went to
this
the Awakenings group or no?
Yeah. This
okay,
was
when they were at a different location, right?
right off Main Street in Louisville.
Yeah, I went to that location one time. Yeah,
it saved my life. Like I give a lot of credit to Narcotics Anonymous. Like I don't go anymore. I found a different path for recovery and stuff, and what works for me. But I mean, in the beginning, it absolutely saved my fucking life. Yeah. Like it was accountable, right? I'd go every night. Every night I would go. I'd make my meeting at 8:00 at night. I'd go to the midnight meetings on fucking Saturday. I'd go to the new meetings on Sunday. Like I made it a point to make it a part of my life. And I met a sponsor. His name was Kevin. He had a similar story to me. Like I remember hearing him share his story, and I'm like, fuck, if you are where you are now, and you were where I was, where I am now, like there's hope for me, right?
Yeah,
that's my hope shot right there. I was like, this guy made it. I can make it. Just like in boot camp when I said that guy that was in high school that graduated a year before me that came back. It's like if that guy made it through boot camp, I can make it through boot camp. So those little nuggets, like I see these people that are like
also my buddy that you met, his name is Hussein, but he went by Sam.
Oh yeah, no Sam.
And he
was another nugget of mine.
Another nugget because he was a nurse.
Yeah.
So that was good.
There was that, and there was another guy. I can't remember his name, but he was also a nurse. And at that point, the nurse seat hadn't put itself into my place. I hadn't got there yet. I was way too. Still working on rebuilding like a broken. And they always say like, you know, when you stop using dope, like you kind of go back to the mental age of like how long you'd used. Well, I'd used like the last 2 years of high school. I'd used from like 2008 all the way up to 2012. So like I'm still immature, man. But I have this son now. So when I went to court in November of 2012, like I remember the caseworker. She's like, this is very rare. I need you to understand that. Like when the mother doesn't step up, she's like the father. 99% of the time does not step up. She's like,
usually father's running the opposite direction.
They're like, we're proud of you.
It's usually only the mother that steps up.
They're like, we were proud of you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he came home with me that day.
Yeah.
So
that's a blessing, man. That kid's awesome, man.
Yeah, he's good. It was kind of one of those things where I grew up without a father. I knew I couldn't let him down. And I knew what happened there. I knew when I got that call with the paternity test, I knew that it was something bigger than myself. Like God was giving me a reason to live. Like this is it. Like you're just going down this evil path. And I know you probably know as a fellow addict and meth is evil.
If it wasn't for my ex-wife, I wouldn't have ever got. I mean, my son, who knows where he'd be right now, you know?
Yeah.
Probably not around me, you know? So.
Yeah. Some of those benders that I went on, like, I can definitely say that I've been so far into the dark that I feel that evil presence when you get into there. You start seeing the shadows. You start almost getting into this level of like where you've opening the door to this evil realm.
Oh, yeah.
And it's scary, man. It's scary.
So just a story real quick. I used to think that my house was, because the old lady died in my house in Carrollton, you know? The one that owned the house before, and her family sold the house to me. Well, I used to carry a gun with me around because I thought I was some hotshot drug dealer or something, you know, inside the house. And I had a laser scope on it, you know, but at one time I was home by myself, you know, and I was just waving the gun around, you know, checking noise I hear. It's probably all in my head.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
But the story goes that I went back to the master bedroom. That's where the old lady used to live, you know? And I almost felt the pressure of that gun being brought to my own head to kill myself. But I didn't want to kill myself, you know? So it almost felt like the evilness like you're talking about. And I threw that gun on the bed real fast and ran out of the room. But just that point right there is like, it was the dope took so much control over me and created that darkness that you're talking about, that I could have accidentally killed myself, which I had no thoughts of suicidal thoughts, which was very crazy, but it almost felt like it was like pressure pushing my arm to that point. It was crazy, man. But anyways, I want to go back to you. So first time I met you is not with Robert. The first time I met you was with Hot Dog Scott. Yeah. And you guys sat behind me, and I thought y'all were two like bikers that were behind me, because y'all, I think you had your beard and everything. And I was like, man, these two fucking biker dudes are sitting behind me. And I felt like, because Scott even bumped me. He goes, here, let me see your book, because I was a newcomer or whatever, And so he was like reading out the book. And I didn't know how nice he was. I thought he was just some evil guy with some skull rings and all kinds of shit, Yeah. But Hot Dog Scott's one of the nicest guys there is. Yeah. But anyways, he's like, let me see your book, because he wanted to read a part of the book, the good book, and then so that was really the first time I ever did meet you. I didn't ever say hi to you. Yeah. It wasn't
like, I wouldn't have remembered you.
Yeah. It wasn't until Robert took me over to your house for the first time that I met you. Yeah.
Yeah, that was somewhere like 2018 or early 2019. Yeah. So 2012 is when I got clean, when I first stepped into Narcotics Anonymous.
Oh, nice.
And it planted a seed, and then I hit the ground running. I used to chair meetings. I was there every day, and that got me to where I am today. Yeah. So started doing, we can feed this into like some endurance stuff and some kind of like how I got to where I am now with the triathlon community and all that stuff and school and whatnot. But 2013, I did my first Tough Mudder. Okay. My sponsor at the time, he's like, hey, me and my company are doing a Tough Mudder. Mm-hmm. You want to come? Yeah. I was like, sure, let's do it. At the time I was I was hitting the gym twice a day. Right. Like, I was a gym rat. I would do cardio in the morning. I'd do weights at night. Mm-hmm. I got in super good shape because I turned one addiction into another, right? Like the story of lots of endurance athletes, right? Yeah. You have to, I knew I couldn't turn off the addiction switch. I just had to put it to better use. Yeah. And I always tell people, it's like a superpower, man. Like, I have this innate ability to get so into something as long as I channel it in a good way, right? Mm-hmm. So I was hitting the gym. So I was in good shape. I never run over 3 miles, but this Tough Mudder was gonna be like 10, 11 miles, but broken up with obstacles. Mm-hmm. I was like, cool. Well, I'm running this thing with this group of like corporate people, and I'm fucking smoking this shit. I'm waiting for them to show up to the obstacle with me, right? Like, we have those little runs in between, like where you kind of just run the obstacle, and I would be the one running ahead and helping them in the obstacles. So that's kind of where I started getting into the running community. And then once we left that Tough Mudder, I told my buddy, I said, hey, I got a bicycle I'm buying in East Dallas. I need to can we pick it up? He drove. Can we pick it up on the way back? He's like, yeah. Uh-huh. So I bought my first ever road bike. Yeah. And then I started getting into long distance cycling. Yeah. But that's really what kept me clean. And that's why I may not have met you so much in the meetings, because I was already on my journey of endurance was kind of taking myself out of the rooms, because I found a healthy outlet for me. Yeah.
And I always went to the daytime. So I would go with Robert. Those were the best Robert ones. Was the noon daytime meetings. Yeah. And so nighttime, I wouldn't plug myself in, because I didn't care for
the crowd.
Yeah. Just because you know what, when you're trying to break addiction, they're all about gathering up afterwards and smoking their.
Yeah. And your story is a little different than mine. Yeah. You went a lot longer in the addiction cycle than I did. Probably, so for me, it was like, that was kind of good for me. The more people, the better. But it worked for me. But then I got into the cycling. I started doing that, and then a seed got planted for triathlons.
And that's when I started hanging out with you, right around then. Yeah. So you let me borrow your bike, and I never clipped into pedals before.
You wrecked the shit out of it.
I laid the bike down a few times.
This is the bike that I bought back in 2013. Yeah. So
I saw you throw a fit one time, because I guess you derailleur or something like that, busted off the back of your bike or something.
We were
like
on the rail trail.
Man, he picks up his bike and he just launches it. Like I was like, holy shit. That's PTSD right there.
Yeah.
This guy's raging.
Yeah.
You know, so it was so me and Robert looked at each other like, oh my God. He goes, you guys go on, man. I'm gonna have Meg come pick me up or something like that. So
Yeah. So that's the thing, yeah. With me, it's definitely been like coming out of addiction and life. Like life, you have to meet life on life's terms, right? Yeah. So I put a lot of pressure on myself now where, you know, when I was in addiction, there is no pressure. I'm just staying numb the whole time. Yeah. But now I've built up this life, a life I could have only dreamed of, right? Like man. Like if you asked me back in 2010 that I would be graduating from a university with my undergrad in nursing and that I would speak at my graduation ceremony, I'd be like, pass that shit over. You're smoking some good shit, right? Like I went from active addiction to where I couldn't help myself. But I look back, I went in the Marine Corps, right? I built this foundation in the Marine Corps where I just had to tap back into it, right? Like, and I had to figure out a way to channel one addiction to the other. So it's been beneficial to me. But yeah, I was able to start school in 2013. I started a path to get my undergrad in nursing. I graduated with my associate in science from the Dallas Community College with a 4.0.
Shout out to Dallas.
I graduated 4.0 with my associate in science.
Yeah.
I transferred to Texas Women's University to do my undergrad in nursing. I did that. I definitely wasn't the A student, but I had a story. And I impressed the right person that they decided they wanted to ask me to do the commencement speech at my graduation, which I did, which was very nerve-wracking. This is 2019 in May, so pre-COVID, so full graduating cohort, everybody's in the audience, probably like 3,000 people there, and I'm up there on the stage. So I go up to get my diploma, and I don't go back down and sit in the stands. I stay up on the stage in a seat, and I didn't tell anybody in my class I was doing that, and they're all looking up at me like,
"What's wrong with this guy?
Why is it?" They're pointing. They're pointing. They're like they're talking. They're pointing, and then the dean of the school said, "Would like to bring up our commencement speaker now to finish up and to close our ceremony." And they brought me up there, and I did a speech, and So I went from not being able to stop putting dope in my body to speaking at a graduation in front of 3,000 people. And then now I've done, I'm kind of
now you're Ironman also. So it's
So after that was my addiction. School was my addiction. So being in my undergraduate program, I kind of tabled all my training. Like I just sunk into school, right? So I kind of got out of shape by then. So I had to get back into shape. So I dove back into the training, and then I had the itch. So, and then that's where me and you, we fired up pretty strong.
So we became Ironman, which was awesome.
Yeah, we did our first half.
You continued to rock it and did a lot more than I did. I didn't like it too much because of the swim. I was like,
I don't like it too much anymore. I got one more in me. That's it.
I think the swim is so brutal. Man,
I think I'm going to be getting bigger into the trail community.
Oh, nice.
And big into the mountain bike community. I've done. Oh, nice. This will be my 10th half Ironman next weekend. I've done 2 full Ironmans. I've done 4 or 5 ultras, and I count my ultras. I've only done 2 solo ultras, but pacing Brandon, I count a couple of those as ultras. So
count.
Have you ever been up to Bentonville?
No.
Oh, dude, you gotta go.
I hear
awesome.
That's the mecca.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Do you mountain bike?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I went up to Bentonville like 5 times last year, and spent both Thanksgivings last year and this year there, and it's awesome. Okay. You gotta go.
I'm a North Shore and Knob Hills guy right now.
You totally ride. There's so much stuff to ride up there. Yeah. There's hundreds of miles of trails.
Well,
and they all connect, like different towns and stuff too, like connect through trails. It's crazy.
That's what I hear. I hear that's the place to go to. I'm going out to Arizona. I move there next month. Building a house out there.
I'm sad you're leaving, man.
I'm kind of
I'm kind of sad you're leaving.
But I'll make my way back here for sure.
And I'll go up there for sure too, man.
Yeah.
So that's a place that we got a place up there now.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
It's funny you say that about the swim because, like, I'll talk to people that maybe aren't familiar with me, and I'll talk about trail running and ultra and cycling, and they're like, "Oh, you got to do a triathlon." I'm like, I don't want to swim, man. Like, I can swim. I'm a good swimmer, but I just don't have the desire to swim.
Yeah.
So for this race that's coming next weekend, I haven't swam once since Oceanside.
But luckily it's in the canal.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Like, I could probably get in and do it, and it'd be fine. But
if you do, I recommend this race we're about to do
In
Monterey, because you're
Monterey,
not you don't have to fear the fact that you might drown. You know, because you just stand straight up and it's waist deep.
oh, okay, yeah.
So
It's
That's
like in
nice.
a water feature, like a man-made canal, like clear water.
That's
in
nice.
the middle of the city. Yeah. So
Well,
it's,
and around here too, it's like I don't want to jump into Lake Louisville and swim around.
oh,
It's
we used to
gross,
do that, man. We
I
used
know,
to put on
but-
our wetsuits and try to.
We swam
Perfect, man.
swam in Galveston in the OFAT's Bayou on the north side of Galveston Island. That's
I swallowed so much salt water.
freaking
It was
terrible.
horrible, man.
Yeah. But yeah, triathlon's taken me a lot of places. I've raced in like 4 or 5 different states. I raced in the Ironman World Championship 70.3 in Finland back when I was semi-fast.
Yeah,
I've
Dang.
ran
he's
a couple-
fast.
Yeah, wow.
I'm fast when I train.
Super fast
Yeah.
on the bike. He's fast on the bike.
Really?
My fastest half Ironman is about 5 hour flat, which isn't really like
What's average mile per hour on that?
24 mile an hour on the bike.
That's good. That's cooking.
And then yeah, so but I'm not a fast swimmer. If I was a fast swimmer, I'd be doing sub 5 hours.
Wow.
I'm a pretty slow swimmer, and my run's not too good.
So what?
I burn myself.
What
up on
did
the
you
bike.
get in Tempe?
Tempe, I did 4 hours and 20 minutes without the swim.
No, the whole thing.
Oh, 11 hours, 29 minutes.
And what did Nick Bear do?
He did 10 hours, 10 minutes.
So you can, in comparison, Nick Bear and then what he did. So he's right. He's not far away.
No.
So on that race, I did.
He was cooking.
I did an hour and 35 minute swim, which is it's like back of the pack.
Yeah.
And then I did a 20.5 mile an hour bike for 112 miles.
Wow.
So and then I did a 9:05 minute mile marathon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So after a 112 mile bike. So
jeez.
shit,
That's
yeah.
all.
so it was moving pretty good. I've done the Hotter Than Hell 100 at 23 miles per hour and came in like 50th place out of 1,500 people.
Oh my gosh. I did it in like 15 miles an hour. And I spent at mile 78 station, I sat there puking in the Santa can for like 45 minutes.
So
But I finished it.
yeah.
So
So I'm at the point now in my endurance career where I'm not going for speed anymore, just consistency. I got a 2-year-old at home, so that kind of like took me out of my training for the last couple of years, my consistent training. But I'm heading out to Arizona solo for the next 3
We'll
months.
get back at it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a beast.
Oh,
Monday.
yeah. That's
Be a
awesome.
beast. But yeah.
There's so much to do and see out there too. That's awesome.
So Adam, let me. I got to ask you, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Podcast.
Well, I had time last time to think about it. So,
Okay.
but they popped off. 2 of them popped off real quick. So,
Okay.
No Country for Old Men.
Oh,
That's a
sweet
good one.
movie,
I love
man.
that
Yeah.
movie. And then A Beautiful Mind.
Oh, nice.
one of- I like that movie.
Yeah, I like that too, man.
Yeah.
So we've ran 120 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, so 24 minutes actually. So,
Well, thanks for having me, man.
man, thank you for coming out, man.
Yeah.
So
Thank you both.
I know Nick has to get to his grocery shopping. So.
I got
Yeah, man. You gotta go be domesticated.
You gotta do. Yeah.
prepare for the week.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
buddy.
All right, man. This will be the end of the episode, and thank y'all for listening.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Captivating story for sure, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, it went a little deeper than I thought it would.